Hi, good day to all of you here today. Let me see the chat box now. Okay, great. I see a lot of people joining in. Welcome. Welcome to today's sharing. Okay, good. I see so many of you. Good. Okay, so how you guys doing? Feeling good today? Time flies, right? Now we are almost at the end of September, so we're almost heading to this fourth quarter of 2025. And I would say within the blink of eye, Christmas arrived. Okay, I hope that all of you here achieve the goal that you set earlier on, maybe beginning of the year. How is your progress of your goal for 2025? Looking good? Okay, on track? Yeah, let me see some response here. When we talk about goals here, the chat suddenly get quiet. I don't know why. Okay, I see. Ingwan so say so far so good. Good. Thomas Wong say very very good. Okay, that's great. So Shaliko say could be better, definitely. Okay, and Sophia say so far so good. Okay, we hear a lot of positive response here, and of course some of you didn't post here. Of course, maybe you encounter some troubles. And of course, there are some troubles is inevitable. And one of the reason we learn Chinese metaphysics, actually the original goal is not to solve problems. Yeah, the best technique or approach when we use metaphysics is to prevent problems from even happening. Right? It's always better, right? So that one is the best solution. It's about prevention. It's not about treatment or mitigation. So that is the highest level. So in order to do that, don't you think our ability to look forward or ahead of time will be good? Right? Nice. All right. So therefore, and why we use metaphysics is one of the reason is because of that. Okay. So let me see. Wow, we have a lot of people joining in. Huh? Okay, you guys here just share where you're from, which country you're from in the chat box, so I can take a glance of this where are you from. Okay, so I see USA, Philippines. I'm sorry, not able to pronounce the name because the chat went so quickly here, so I think you can see from your side as well, but I see a lot of from different country, different time zone, different ages, and it's good. All right, which means you more people are more receptive to Chinese metaphysics. Okay, and I do appreciate all of you here for taking your time, and no matter where you are right now, you're taking your precious time, which you're go to get it back, and you choose to invest your time into the webinar. All right, that thank you for the support for me and also for the team Joey right now. Okay, so and how do we start this here is let me tell you a little bit about why I choose to do this. This one is because a lot of people worry about 2026 and 2027, right? Because we've been told that is not a great year. Okay, that will be understatement. I would say a lot of people say it's a disaster year. And therefore I saw a need I to actually share with you or at least give you a better picture, a clearer picture, what is actually happening instead of just being fearful. How about that? Okay, and more importantly, yeah, when you know clearly, yeah, what is actually happening, then you can actually devise certain action or strategy, yeah, to thrive. Okay, we are not contented by just solving problem, right? We want to try, we want to take advantage of it and move to the next level. How many of you here are with me on that? You're not here just to solve problem. You want to beyond the problems. Okay, all right. Okay, so if you actually have the same plan like me, then this is what I'm going to do. So now, first of all, how many of you here are beginner? Okay, beginner students, or maybe you're not even a student, probably you just accidentally stumble into this link and you don't know what it is, you just click on it. Now you see a guy talking to you. Okay, so just in case like that, okay, let me do a proper introduction here. Okay, welcome to today's webinar. My name is Iverson Lee. I'm a specialist in 八字、风水、奇门 And in a nutshell, these are the system I use to improve my life and also for my clients. And today, I'm going to share some of those techniques with all of you here. Okay, no matter whether you're beginners, you're intermediate, you're expert, even, I'm sure you might find something uh, useful that you can apply on, or at least you can think it in a different way. Therefore, you see more options when we apply this art. Okay, do you realize that especially some of you here, you already practice for quite some time? Do you start to see there are more different way, a more, I would say, practical way to apply metaphysics? Especially you've been in this art for quite some time. Okay, I see NP Chia comment. He say, having been your follower more than 5 years. Thank you, NP Chia. It's my privilege to be one of your coaches along with you in this journey in applying Chinese metaphysics. If you notice, I keep talking about applying because I'm not really into studying metaphysics. I'm more interested on applying it because this raised the next question, which is I want to ask all of you here, why? Why you learn metaphysics, or if you're a beginner, why you come here today, right? So there must be a reason. Okay, so why don't you share with me why you want to learn metaphysics, or why you want to know more about metaphysics? Okay, we need to have a goal, right? Otherwise, why would we use this? Our time are precious. We are not here just for the sake of learning. Yeah, there must be an end goal. Okay, share with me here so I can, okay, some of you say initially to help myself, now helping others. Very good, Veronica. Okay, so Ingrid Hugh say because the rat and ox in the chart, okay, good, which means that you read my hook in my Telegram channel. Okay, very good. So, and Regan say tired of being an underdog. Okay, that's great. So it helps reaching goals. Good. What goals are you looking for? So if you don't know specifically what you want to achieve, you're wasting time learning metaphysics, I'm telling you. Okay, might as well you spend time doing something else. So can you guys, I mean, you needed to tell me, internally you make a promise to yourself, maybe now or after the session today, write down specifically what you hope to get from it. You can change the goal later on because we have different goals in different phases of our life. How about now? Okay, what is that? A lot of people say, I want to make more money. How much money you want to make? $1 or so more money. Okay, so the more specific you are, when you actually hear about certain technique, you know, oh, this technique is something that resonate with me that can help me on it. All right, otherwise you're right generic, you won't get results. I'm telling you. All right, because a lot of people say, how come Iverson, I don't see the results I'm getting? It's not nothing to do with the tools or the formula. It's because you don't know what you want. Okay, you just think, you just expect metaphysics is like a worm in your stomach. Okay, they understand truly how you feel, what you want now. Okay, yeah, they don't understand and they don't care. It's just a set of tools that you can use, right? If you use it correctly, you're able to get results. You get what I mean? All right, just like this morning, I spoke to one of my client, and according to his chart, when I read his chart, he actually suitable to be a KOL. KOL means the social media influencer. And then he say, Iverson, it's good to hear that because I can make money from being a social media influencer. But the problem here is I don't like to talk. Have you met some client like this if you're a consultant? They say, okay, it's good to hear that, but I'm an introvert. I don't like to show my face right in front of the camera. And you know what my response is? The butter chart doesn't care whether you like it or not. You don't even give any attention to that. Okay, whether you feel good or not, the chart responsibility or the system responsibility is just to tell you what is your best option in your chart. Whether you like it or not, does it care? Does the tool care? Do they understand your feeling? No. Okay, so you need to be clear on this. All right. So therefore, sometimes a lot of people say they want to change their destiny, but actually they don't want to. They only want to change when it's convenient. Yeah, like last time when I was a programmer, to be a speaker is super uncomfortable. Okay, there's no way for me, or even I don't even think about even the possibility of actually standing on stage. Okay, that's not part of my world. So does the butter chart care how I feel? No. So in the end, I still need to convince myself, hey, I need to do this, right? Although it's uncomfortable, I need to make it work for me. Okay, now guys, you understand this? Okay, yeah, so the chart does not care how you feel. And otherwise, you keep blaming, right? So no point. So at that time, that's what I do. If you are someone new joining me, and probably this is the first time you're watching my webinar, then just to share you a little bit, in the old days, I was a programmer, software engineer, if you will. And this is what I do. Okay. Every day I look at the computer screen, studying the codes, okay, about what to do, how to write a software or better software. This is what I do all this while. And then I make a shift. I make a shift in my career because I hate my job. And then I make a shift to about what I can do that fulfill my life purpose. And beside able to help me solve financial problem, I also want to enjoy what I do. How many of you here want this? Not only able to make you or support you financially, but you also enjoy doing it. Don't you think it's cool? Of course, at first I don't like it because I was a programmer. I'm an introvert. I don't like to speak on stage. But I actually bite the bullet and go through it. And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a consultant, and I'm a speaker that I specialize in Bazi, Qigong, and Feng Shui. And because of that, thank you for the support as well. I have the privilege to also give a lot of talk, yeah, or training to different companies as well. Okay, this is what I'm still doing now. And just to let you know, I know a little thing or two about how to transform someone's destiny if you opt for it, if you're game for it. I'm not telling you it's easy, but it's possible. Okay, because I know some of you being told that you're off prime right now, you're declining. I refuse to believe that because there's always a way. And the thing I use to do it is I know the result first. From the start, I know why I'm studying metaphysics. Purely that time I was heavily in debt. So the only goal, the only reason I'm doing that at that time is to help myself. So I can not only support myself financially, but also my family. That is the promise I make at that time. That's why I take the leap of faith. I study so many things. I'm telling you, you can imagine it. I spent like more than 40,000 or maybe close all of this, and then to acquire education. And then finally, I discovered that this is a tool that can help me. And after that, I discovered that, hey, if it can able to help me, it can able to help everyone as well. Because this is not religion. You need not to believe in it. It's about a specific step by understanding how the universe works. So we look from the concept of energy. Yeah, because it's hard for people to understand energy because we can't see it, right? So most of us cannot see it. I know some gifted spiritually, you can look at someone aura, but for layman people like me, I can't see energy. But I think the best way to actually describe energy is there will be a lot of time you're in a group dinner or with friends, and some friends you feel refreshed and energetic after talking to them. But there's certain group of friends that drain your energy. Even the moment you meet them, you already feel tired. That is energy, right? Yeah. So this happen not only to your friends, maybe to your spouse. Every time you go back home, does your spouse give you more energy or is draining you? Okay, so that actually is the determined factor whether you be successful or not. A lot of people talking about, okay, time is the most important. All of us only got 24 hours, so we must learn how to manage time. Agree? Of course. Yeah, but I discovered along the way, it's not about managing the time. It's not about working longer hours or what. It's about managing your energy. Instead of managing your time, I rather manage on my energy. If my energy is strong and good, even I work for 1 hour per day, I can produce great results. How many of you here agree with me on this? Would you rather manage your time or manage energy? That time just give you more weight or more time to do something, right? Because we talk about priority, but I would say I'll manage my energy. So even 1 hour work, you can produce much more. So therefore, in metaphysics, in a nutshell, we want to know because there's so many subjects out there, there are parts of feng shui, qigong, right? Sometimes we might get overwhelmed, but all of them here are actually based on one single principles about energy. Okay, so now I'm about to show you how this concept of energy works. So we look at it from this perspective. So I think some of you might actually heard this before. Let me show you first. Okay, this is a concept of the energy. So because when we say that how can we use metaphysics to help us, we get help from three form of energy. Okay, so here we label it as heaven, earth, and man. So heaven, talking about we get support from timing. I don't care how intelligent you are, even you do the right thing, but in the wrong time, what will happen? You don't get results. Agree? Don't you think timing is super important? Yeah, it support our goal, it support the market trend supporting us. So if you want to do the right thing at the right time, metaphysics can help you on that. Okay, for example, I always tell people that right timing could be sometime when you're applying for a job at a junior position, and the moment you report to work on the same day, the guys you're reporting to resign, and because they need uh, the role urgently, they have no choice to promote you as an interim of your boss position. Is that called luck? Can I say that? You do nothing to earn that position. You just come in as a junior. Now you are a manager, interim. It's still good, right? So therefore, that is the right timing. Or you actually a bad timing would be something like the moment you actually join a company, and then the next day they announce restructuring, and you're part of the victim. Is it your fault? No. You may be the brightest person in the room. So once we know metaphysics, we get the advantage of knowing well, what are the I would say prevailing or upcoming energy so we can take the right action. And when it comes to the right timing, we will get results. Not only getting results, I say the result you get might be more, it will be amplified. So that is the importance of timing. Okay, so this is like pandemic time. So if you are an online educator, at that time you're going to make a lot of money because people no choice but stay in home. And what they do normally, they want to learn something, right? So therefore, you see the trend. You ride on the right bandwagon or the timing, you create results. How about relationship? Yeah, if you meet that person at that time, she already attached with someone. I don't care whether this person have some liking to you or whatever. It's not possible. But after 1 year, maybe she broke off, but you don't know about it. Another person met her at that time, and then they might get together. You get what I mean? So timing is essential. So when we describe luck, we are talking about the right timing. So when we learn metaphysics, I like to pay attention to the heaven aspect because it represents timing. Okay, so now if this is therefore we learn a lot of bazi here. Okay, bazi we talk about timing, your luck pillar, what is upcoming energy. How many of you here you know what is bazi? Okay, so if you want to master timing, I would say go for bazi. Bazi is the key because you know your luck pillar, you know outcome. Like for example, you know next year is a fire horse, right? You know what to expect. The better you know, the more you know, then the more prepared you are. So now the second thing, the benefit from actually learning metaphysics, it could be from the earth aspect. This is where I know that a lot, Earth represent the environment. I know a lot of us here are not blessed with a good destiny. Yeah, there's always a flaw here, there's a clash, there's an emptiness, there's a harm, or whatever it is. We somehow 95% of people then don't like their chart that much because they keep focusing on the bad things in the chart, right? Or so-called bad things. That thing is a bad thing. So the earth aspect, it says something like this. Okay, even though your destiny chart is not that great, why not you get help from the environment? Because environment does not discriminate. As long you be in the right place where it infused with positive energy, it will affect you as well. Because the environment means anything within your vicinity. Think about it. If you mix with a group of successful people, you see them all the time, in 6 months' time, would you be better? Much way better. Of course. Why? It's not your destiny. Because environment doesn't care what is your party chart is. But you every day you infuse with all this energy of the successful people that talk about the conversation is very different, right? If you mix with them, they're talking about building net worth, how to grow to the next level, and sooner or later, you cannot help to become them. So that is vicinity. So therefore, the earth element represent vicinity or your environment. So feng shui also talk about that as well. So therefore, if you want to create more opportunities in life, more support, then you can use feng shui because feng shui means position yourself in the right environment. Right environment means the environment contains positive energy. If you spend your time there, you infuse with it. That is the second method or second option. And finally, let's say you say, Iverson, if I don't like the timing part is too and then I don't cannot change my house right now, then you can proceed to the third option here. Third option talking about man. Man means support from others. You get help. You got mentor. You got nobleman. Would it be good as well? Okay, when you don't get the right timing, you don't get the right environment, you got help. You're finding the right people to help you. For example, you run a business, you found a right business partner, you find the right team, okay, or you get approval easily from other people. So therefore, that one will falls under the man realm. Okay, so therefore, if you want to master the man realm, one of a good system here is Chiman. Okay, achievement it would be the good one for this. So therefore, this is I summarize for you here. This is the tools and why you're learning this. Yeah, Bazi, Feng Shui, and Qigong. So now, among these three, if you only can choose one, which one do you think that are the most beneficial for you? The heaven part where you learn about timing, and the feng shui, you're talking about being in the right environment, or achievement about getting support or from people. If you only can choose one. Okay, so you say timing, so you say achievement, which is the man. Okay, so of course, if you can choose one, yeah, that is your choice, right? Some of you chose achievement parts, but if ideally, or what we practice here, we look at the true aspect altogether. Because all of them has their own role to play. And when you're able to exercise or align these three at the same time, then you will be you create 10x of the results. So when people mention 10x, it's about aligning heaven, earth, and man together. Unless you tell me, Alison, I don't want 10x result, I just want 0.5 result. Okay, then you need not to align. Okay, you just continue to whatever you're doing right now. I think it's not that hard to get 0.5%. Okay, so now once we know this, let's talk about timing. Okay, the timing, because as you know, as shown on the title above here, you see this, and then we're talking about turn chaotic into wealth, right? Because we all know that the timing part. How do we know 2025? Sorry, 2026 and 2027 is not such a great year? It's because we look at the Barter chart. Remember the timing part? So therefore, once we know it, we tell people. Which in fact I've been telling people since 2019. Okay, about this, because the Barter chart we can see the future energy, and here we are. in the end of 2025 before we actually cross to 2026. So how do we read timing? Some of you are beginner. In the end, you might wondering how come bazi can know so much. Actually, bazi is not complicated because in the end, it just comprises of this thing. Okay, let me show you. Wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Only these five elements. It might look complicated when you look at the Barter chart. Basically, the energy is divided into five: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. This is not the real physical entity, but it's a representation of different types of energy. So once we know that, then we can know. So now, to some of you already learned metaphysics, which period we are in right now? Is it water period or metal or earth or fire or wood? Fire. Okay. Very good. Wow, you guys are great. So now it's fire, right? So let me give you show you an image of fire. Okay, do you like the image or not? Do you like this image? Yes or no? Yes, no, yes, no. Some of you say yes or you know. It look like a burning forest though. It's not the most happy scenery. Okay, some of you say it's scary, right? So okay, now I want to think about this, right? This is a burning fire. What is it doing now? Don't you think it burns everything down? So you want to know the period we're in, the meaning or what we need to prepare is saying that transformation happened. And in order to do that, things need to burn down or to ashes because fire is too strong before it can renew again. So which means we are in the period of what? Reset. Yeah, some people call this cosmic reset, or we call renewal, new beginning, or a restart. So if you are some of you here, you want that. How many of you here want a restart? There are so many regrets in your life. You want a restart, you want a new beginning, you want a new you. Okay, then this is the time for you. Yeah, this does not come by often, but at least at now you're in the period of that, in the verge of transformation. And of course, if you look at the whole world right now, don't you think we are going through that right now? Yeah, the old establishment being bring down. Yeah, the new version of the world, like the pandemic resets everything. So we are actually in that process, and then new AI coming in and take away so many jobs, and people start to wondering, what can I do now? Right? If AI can take out like 70% of the job, then how do I make more money? Why I'm even here now, right? So all because it's a reset is the thing, but it's not bad. That's the thing. So because it gives a way for new things to grow, especially when you are starting something. Because when there are no transformation, it means one thing. It will control by the big guys. Okay, they because they have power. So in order for you to success, somehow you sort of like need the approval or opportunities open the door for you. You need to know the right people. Okay, but in when the everything burns down, which means the force of the giant. Okay, they start to that you think you need to worry, so do the big companies right now, right? They see some of them they don't know how to react yet. Of course, eventually they will, but now in the process of changing, they try to find the formula. And some of you running business, some of you here are entrepreneur, you're running your own business right now. Type the word me. Let me see how many entrepreneur here. Okay. Do you start to realize what are the way how it works or create results previously no longer works in this era? Even the way you get sales, the way you market is drastically different. Okay. Yeah. So do the big companies. That's why I say a lot of big companies right now they're doing sales, right? Because they know that the sales also not good. But if of course something need to change. Who are more easier to change? Big company or small company? Big company or small? Small. Because big, they are too big, right? There's so many governance, compliance. Yeah, they have a lot of costs. Every changes costs a lot of money to them. Agree or not? Because it affects so many component or parts. But when you're small, if you want to change something, you can change it like, the next hour. Okay, so the consequences of changing or the cost of changing are lower. So these are the period where the gap between the big company and the startups or smaller company, now the gap become is shrinking right now. So which means that this is the moment where when crisis happen, every crisis create millionaires. Yeah, this is the time. But it won't stay like this forever. Eventually the big guys will figure it out and then the gap start to extend again. Okay, so I just want you to know this is the current moment because the burning, the fire of the forest is forest burning right now. So therefore, it's a time for us to do something on it, especially your small. So this when you might thinking, hey, how long this burning until right? It doesn't look good, right? So how long are you going to burn? So therefore, to give you the answer for that, let me show you. It's from period 9, 2024 until 2043. Okay, it's already starting because we call this period 9. As you know, the image here shows fire. So is the fire is the king right now. You might need to write this down because this period is governed by fire. So fire is the king. So if fire is to be the king, do you want to hold the energy that oppose the fire or you want to align with fire element? You want to clash or align? Tell me, which one is better? If you want to clash with them means you become opposition, right? It's hard. When the align means you become the family, the relatives of the king. So it's fire element. Okay. All right, good. So now that is the first key is about alignment. And the second thing here, since we know fire is the king of period 9 for the stretch of 20 years, then there will be a period where the king ascend. So we call this ascension of the king. Okay, because the 20 years, right, where the king actually ascend and make its appearance. So we look at all the years here. Let me show you all the years. Okay, 2024, 2025, and I highlighted 2026 and 2027 because this is the time where the fire ascend. We know period 9 is fire, but if you look at 2026 and 2027, don't you think it's also fire? So now is what? Fire stacking one over another. Not only we are in the period of fire for 20 years, there are also 2 years that where the fire is extremely strong. These are the 2 year the cosmic reset happened. This is the fire at its peak. Yeah, imagine just now I showed the burning forest. This is where the fire at its peak. It just burned down everything across the path. Make sense now? So therefore, we will say that 2026 and 2027 is a dual cosmic reset. So knowing this is not enough. We also want to know how can we benefit from it, right? So, but at least now you know first, yeah, why we call this the cosmic reset. And this is the time where it's like so-called the cheat code or your destiny, you have a glitch where you can do something on it. And because right now it's like you look in because everything is burning down to ashes right now. So there are not much rules, there are not much governance. If you think that your puzzle is flawed, there's a bug on it or glitches, this is the time to correct it. There are window of 2 years. Okay, how many in for this? You want to make adjustment in your chart. You want to fix something, time to with me. Okay, so today I'm going to actually show you what you can do to look ahead. Since it's 2 years, of course, we only have like what 1 hour or two for today. I'm not going to talk about 2 years. It's too long. It might take me like 1 month just to finish it. So I'm going to talk about the lowest hanging fruit right now, which is 2026. Okay, so as you see here, 2026 is the year of fire horse. Okay, I'm going to share with you certain how do you prepare for this by giving you a timing perspective. Okay, what do you expect from it? Okay, so the first thing, by the way, are you guys ready? Take your parter chart out right now because you need to refer back to your chart. That way, yes, you have your parter chart with you right now. Cool. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about here is this, the weakest link in 2026. It's a big cosmic reset, right? These 2 years. So what do I mean weakest link? Now, imagine this. Let me draw you a scenario. If you are the virus, now just imagine you're a virus. I know you're not, okay? And you're attacking a human body. You're able to get in, and you, of course, the job of a virus is to attack the body, right? So, and which organ you attack first? The strongest organ or the weakest organ? If you are the virus, weakest, right? This is the law of nature. And if you play a sport where your opponent are two people, like if you're playing badminton or your doubles and you're playing tennis, where there are two people on each side, if you want to win that game, of course, which opponent you want to attack? There are two opponents. Of course, we attack the weakest one. How many of you doing that? If you play sport, type the word yes if you actually do that. Knowing is one thing, one. Okay, you do that? So many yes here? Okay. Although you feel guilty, but it feels good, right? How about that? Right? It's like, yeah, so this is last time I played badminton, it's the same thing. Yeah, I talk to my partner and say, hey, this guy don't know how to play. Let's attack this person. Okay, so therefore, why I'm saying this, in order to win, we need to attack the weakest link. Okay, but the problem here is we could be one of the weakest link. So if the transformation happen or there are crisis happening, that will actually affect more or make a lot of changes or impact to certain people have the weakest link in their parts chart. The question here is, do you want to know? Because if you know it, some of you might not able to sleep tonight. Okay, so I give you the option to say yes or no first. Okay, so many yeses here. Okay, just happen later. Maybe one of you actually you're saying no. What you need to do, just do this. Okay, temporarily, yeah, for maybe 30 minutes, and then you're okay. Since I see all the yeses here, so let me show you in 2026 which are the element is, if you have it, it would be a weakest link. Now there you go. Okay, don't get too excited or too worried first. Okay, let me explain. So it seems like in 226, there are two elements is the weakest, which is the rat and also the ox. So the question here is, do you have this element in your chart? Right now, you need not to look at the log pillar. So if you're new here, let me show you. Let me see whether I have a sample chart or not. Okay, I got it. Let me show you this. Okay, all right. Do you see your barter chart here? Okay, so what I meant is this part. Okay, these are the part I'm talking about. So if you have it, then let me use this. This one is easier. So specifically, you just need to look for these four signs. Okay, then you might think, Iverson, I don't know Chinese. How do I figure this out? Very simple, because there's a translation here. You see that? Okay, tiger, monkey, and dog. Super easy. Can you see it? Okay, so now there are only four right now. I know some of you asking, is the log pillar counted? No, we just look at the main chart. because this is who you are. The luck pillar is just the opportunity pillars. So just look at this four. You don't want more, right? More means you have more opportunity to got the weakest link, right? So some of you you still want to match the luck pillar. Okay, you're asking for disaster. The lesser pillar to consider is better, right? Make sense? So now you only have four pillar to consider. And now you're asking for one more pillar. Come on, what is this? So now in this chart here, in this sample here, it does not contain the ox or the rat. Okay, let's do another sample. Hopefully some of them shows that so you can relate better. Okay, let me clear all this first. Okay, so how about this? Okay, this one, you got the rat here, right? Okay, so this consider. And then now, let's look at the next one. Okay, how about this? Oh, this one also got an ox. See here? Okay, so now, how about this one? This one got a rat. Okay, now either one. You need not to have so-called both. You only have one. It's also considered. I know some of you hoping you have both. How many of you are hoping you have both? You're hoping you have two rat and also two ox in the chart. Definitely you don't want it, right? Because if you had this, which means weakest link, yeah, but it's not as scary as it sounds. It just means one thing, right? There will be a huge change happening. Okay, so because you're the one get attacked does not mean it's a bad thing. It just means that there are some changes in terms of energy. It will reflect in real life. For example, you might change your job. Okay, you might hate your job and then you change it. For example, if you have the red, for example, in here, right? If you have a red at this position, which is under the month, very likely this person will have a change of job or career. How many of you have the red in the month pillar? Okay, it's a change. It's something obvious. It's something you know about. Yeah, so you know it's very prominent. So you see in the month especially, yeah, there will be a big change in your career. So now, how many of you here you have it in the month pillar like as shown in this example here, and you already start to think you want to change your job? Can't do with me. You should able to feel it right now already. Okay. All right. If somehow you think your boss is stupid or you just want to resign and you feel tired, you want a new change, a new chapter in your life, which in fact some of you probably already typed the resignation letter. Okay, so this one is the sign, okay, to get prepared for it. So now the question here is, if you see there's a change, but you don't want to change, how about that? Let's say I have a rat like shown in the chart, but I say, I don't plan to change. I plan to stay in this company for at least for the next 5 years. So what you need to do? So the change happen only in two ways. One is to you, which means things happen from external, or you can initiate change from internal first. Okay, yeah, external means the company going to change you because they might found you're irrelevant. Yeah, maybe they discover the AI can do the job better than you, and you just need to pay the AI services for $5 per month. Okay, and they're never late at work. So they found it's a better deal for them. All right. So the goal is like this. If you discover late just now that the rat is in the month or even the year, okay, you start to learn new skill, make the change first, be more proactive, involved in important projects. Okay. So, but let's say you want to change, then you need not to do all these things, right? You just need to do more network right now. So probably you get a good referrals for the new job. This is how we plan. So the first question here is, do you want to change or not? Right. So if you don't, you want to stay in a company, you better improve your skill, make yourself relevant again, become the most valuable person in the company. Because now we are still in the month of September. You still have how many months? 3 months to make a shift and change. Okay. If all this while you keep arguing with your boss, you hate your boss, but you still want to stay in the job, you better change your approach. Okay. All right. So is it useful for you to know right now? Yeah, rather than later. So when is a red, especially in a month and year, it means one thing. Change is inevitable. It has to happen for a better self. You might not make sense to you at this moment. You might not see the meaning, but it needs to happen to see a better you. It might be painful in the process, yeah, but you need that. So if you have that, the only two way, let the change happen naturally, or you initiate the change. You still consider. That's the benefit of knowing parts because you can know in advance. Okay, so now you might think, hey, Iverson, just now you mentioned there are two. One is the rat, and then another one is the ox, right? Is this the same thing? No. It still represents a change, but when you talk about the ox, okay, the ox normally they are more dramatic in 2026. Yeah, dramatic means that they feel like, okay, people oppose me, there's always a agenda, there's a conspiracy, people want to get you out from a company, or you feel betrayed that I helped the boss so much. Right now, he neglected me. That kind of feeling, and that might lead you to change your job. How many of you have the ox? Yeah, especially right now, I would rather not to worry too much about the month or the year. Let's look at your whole chart, right? If you have it in one way or another, you have that feeling. You feel that you're not appreciated despite all the things you do, especially if you're someone work with the founder from the start and then you make so much contribution. And then now after 10 years, you still think you're important, but the company outgrew you right now. You're no long, probably you're outlive your usefulness. And you feel betrayed because, oh, he should remember what I did in the last 10 years. Okay, so you feel betrayed. Actually, is it really a betray? Not really, right? Yeah, in a business, it's all about contribution. So therefore, you might have that feeling. So which means you're more dramatic. What do you mean dramatic? You exaggerate something, or maybe you're like a do you like Korean drama? Yeah, they're very dramatic, right? When they fall down, they accidentally slip, and then somehow there's a slow motion, and then the guy able to catch the girl in slow motion. That kind of thing, right? Very dramatic things. So, so you be like that. Okay, is it bad? I don't think so because you're not the one suffering. Normally, if you're dramatic, is the receiver will be a bit more suffering, like your spouse. Okay, because you're too dramatic, right? Someone need to handle you, need to manage you. Calm down. Need to do all the explanation. Then only you feel better, right? So therefore, yeah, that is the thing here. So if it's in a month and a year, very likely will be external, like your colleague, your bosses. But in the day or hour, very likely someone close to you, like the family members and all those things. Okay, how many ox here? Type the word me. I don't care whether it's in a year, month, day, or hour. Just type the word me. Okay, now you know. Somehow you have this feeling. Okay, drama. So if you can control that feeling, you know this is temporarily, you could have avoided so many unnecessary, uh, stupid decision. Okay, because when you're dramatic, you like to threaten sometime, right? Oh, you don't like, okay, I resign, but after resign, you regret it. Okay, so ox, you still have chance, but normally the rat normally is not your choice. Yeah, something needs to happen at the bigger scale, and it's beyond your control. Okay. Cool. Do you know the difference here? Ox is more about internal, and the rat will be more on the external. By knowing this, can you be well prepared for 2026? Can't you? You have an idea, right? So depends on your situation, you prepare. Yeah, the worst thing is someone saying, hey, how do I remove the clash? How do I combine the clash away? Have you heard someone saying this? Yeah, it's just like someone asking you, how do I do something not to get old? It's impossible. It's a phase of your life. You need to go through that to become better. For example, if you want your children to walk, in the process, he might fall down. Okay? If you try to protect your children, not to fall down, not to get hurt, your children will not able to walk. That's what it means. Okay, so don't buy into when someone telling you you can combine away all those things. Of course, you get a lot of attention, right? Like someone telling you, I got aspirin to clear your headache. No, you just suppress it and will resurface again. Okay, all right. So this is the thing that you need to actually look into this part here. Okay, it's just talking about emotion. How prepared are you in handling those things? Okay, and like Natalie say, how about the odds combined to good? Whatever combination won't resolve the clash. But it won't. It's nice to hear, it feel logical even, but it won't. Because it needs to happen. Okay? So sometimes combination means more. Yeah, so it's like because combination, a lot of people think combination combine will remove the clash. You sort of like do something on it, it create another 10 problems coming up. Because combination mean more. Huh? Okay, I'm telling you this one is because I see this. I used to think I want to combine this, combine that, right? Or then my life be perfect. You think about this. In order to become better, we need to have better problems. And in order to have better problems, we need to go through changes. Then only we can grow. Make sense? It's a yin and yang. You can skip the process. Okay, anyone tell you they can skip the process mean they're selling you snake oil. Basically, they're telling you you can become a billionaire tomorrow. You know it won't happen like that. Okay, got it? Okay, so these are the first thing. This is the weakest link in the chart. So maybe later on you take a look at your chart and also your partner chart or someone you care about. Give some advice to them. It's not about being fearful, it's about being prepared for this. All right, cool. All right, so now need not to too concerned whether how many horse or how many ox you have, how many rats you have, or where the pillar is. Just take it like there'll be a change. Okay, so this is the overall context of it. Now, the second thing I want to share with all of you here is like this. Let me show you the slide first that I prepared. Some of you here might experience the clash more. Some of you maybe is not that much. Okay, so it's only because some of your chart got this protector. Protector means that you still have time to respond. You have a cushion to lessen the impact. Okay, it's still a clash, but there might be some room for you or time for you to prepare for it. Or it could be the impact will be lessened. Okay, so therefore, this is the protector means. So, do you want to know whether you have the protector? Type the word yes if you want to, but also telling you if you have no, if you discover later is no, I don't want to be unhappy. All right, yeah, all our chart have a mixture of strength and weaknesses. Okay, cool. So now, um, let me bring back this chart. Okay, so now the protector in Partz's study is the eating god. Yeah, for challenges. Because a lot of people think in these 2 years, there's a lot of challenges happening, right? So if you have an eating god in your chart, which means you have the protector. So now I want you to look at your chart to see whether you have this eating god or not. E.g., okay? Some of you have, some of you don't. All right, so let me share with you first. How do you detect this? Okay, so now this chart here got any EG? Yes? Okay, I see it here. One, you see EG here? Okay, EG stand for eating god, protection. Now, let's see another one. Let me clear this. Okay, how about this? Do you see a EG? Yes, I see. I saw one here. You see this EG? All right, still consider. Cool. So let's see another chart here. How about this? Do this guy got EG? Any EG in the chart? No, 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 no. So this one don't have, this one don't have. No, don't have. Okay. Now, whether you have or not, all right, let's not count how many it is. It's about whether you have it or not. So now, how many of you have EG? Type the word yes. If you don't have, type the word no. It's fine. Okay, let's practice together. Okay, some of you have, some of you don't. Okay, now the trick is like this. Yeah, we need to add another condition to it. Just having the EG does not suffice to qualify as the protector. You need that EG to be at the year pillar. Okay, so which means the EG needs to happen here. So you check back your chart. Do you see any EG in the year pillar or not? So in this case, it doesn't. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, how about this chart? Oh, this chart in the year, I saw one. You see here? Only look at the year pillar. Cool. Okay. So this one you have it here. So let's see another one. How about this? This one, you have it here. You also have it here. Is it a good protection? Yes. All right. Yeah. So now this considered a good one. So which means that even you have the ox or the rat in the chart, it doesn't, yeah, the impact will be lessened. Or you still have time to do something on it. Okay, is that it does not come off as surprise, or maybe they are scapegoats, or they are cushion, or there could be a diversion of it. Okay, is this important? So it's like it serves like the gatekeeper or the protection. And some of you ask why the year pillar? Because year pillar is the most external pillar in our barter chart. Okay, so which means anything that comes to you will go through the year pillar first, then they go to the month, day, and finally the hour. Therefore, the year pillar represents the gatekeeper. It holds the key. So it's either is deny access or is an open door policy. If you don't have this, which means that that will get into the next level and next level. So therefore, the best EG we need to see is in the year pillar. Okay, so how many of you have open door concept? Anyone can get in. After they get in, you also don't know until it's too late. Okay, all right. So which means you're very friendly in the same way, yeah? So this is a protection, right? But if you have an EG in the year, most of the time you'll be a bit more protective as a person. You check on your own character. All right, you evaluate more first whether this person's safe or not. You check your chart. If you're D in the year pillar, you have this kind of thinking. Is it true? Right? Yeah, so it also reflect on your character as well. But now since we're talking about challenges, so if you have it here, yeah, you're able to sort of like minimize, yeah, the thing, or at least you have time to respond. So you're not reactive all the time. You can respond to event. Okay, cool. Other than that is I would say like that if you're in the year pillar, it's like a NASA level of encryption and protection. Okay, if you're in the month pillar, is a simple password. If you have it in the day, then sometimes you don't need a password, you just need a username. If you have it in the hour, is you have a lock, but the lock is not locked. It's just hanging there. The lock not functioning, basically. But at least when people see it, the thing is a lock. Just like a CCTV, but actually not functioning. Just to scare people off. Yeah, you know, right? Some companies, in order to cut budget, they actually install a lot of non-functioning CCTV because it's cheap. They just put it there. Yeah, it's smart though, right? Most people think it's real, right? So, but that is the hour. At least you got one. But what if you don't have at all? Means what? You have open house whole year long. Okay. Anyone can get in. Which in fact you even welcome them. Okay, strangers are welcome. That kind of thing. Okay, got it? Okay, so if you have it, it's good. And if not, then you'll be more, you need to take more precaution on this. Okay? Yeah. So if you don't have, you always have this, I wish I able to see this sooner, the kind of feeling. Okay, so this way the luck pillar is not counted. You only look at this pillar here, the four pillars. Okay, do you guys learn something new? Okay, so you can apply this further one, if let's say you're interested on someone and you discover, let's say you're able to get their parts chart and the eating god is in the year pillar, which means let's say you're interested in a girl, let's say, and then you discover the girl parts chart, the whole year pillar is eating god. What does that mean? It means her firewall is very strong. Okay, just a good talker alone will not able to let her to trust you. You need to do more convincing. Okay, it's fully protected, military grade. Now you know. Okay, so therefore, sometimes their rejection is not actually a rejection. You should try harder. They're just harder to convince. That's all. Okay, cool. All right, so this one is how your firewall works. There's certain year it's not functioning though, but you have it better than you don't have it, right? So that is the second thing, the guardian, um, or we call this the protector. Okay, so now just to before we move on to more information here. So if some of you are new, you want to know how to get connected with me and get more information, feel free to join my Telegram channel. It's free. All you need to do just to scan the QR code or click the link here and then you're able to join. That's where I offer a lot of information for you to improve yourself, okay, of that. Okay? Cool. So this is the link. You can scan the QR code. As long as you have a Telegram app, now you can access all this information for free. Now, in 226, we know it's chaotic. Right? We know it's very chaotic, but they are one animal sign that is we call the supreme leader, where they can actually are able to solve problem effectively because they got resources. And this is the time this animal sign will also have great leadership. They are not just playing the victim game. They're able to find solution. Would you like to know which animal sign it is? I'm going to show right now. This is like the game changer. They're able to take bad experience or bad results and then turn it into something useful. I will call this the supreme leader. Okay, I'm going to share with you how do you detect this. There are one animal sign relates to this for 2026. It will change every year. And the animal sign for 2026 that belong to the supreme leader energy is the ox. Okay, you might think, right, hey, just now you mentioned the ox is also part of the weakest link, and at the same time, they're also good in solving problems. And yes, it is. Yeah, you know our personality is complicated, right? Yeah, we have so many mixtures. So in 2026, having the ox is not totally bad. It just means that there are more people talking about you, about gossip, maybe because you're able to perform well, and therefore, this is come with mixture. Sometimes you're a bit drama, right? You drama, this is not right, this is not right, right? But you also bestow with the ability to focus on how do you solve the problem. You're the solution provider. You're able to make the right decision, and people like to follow you. If you are social media influencer, how many of you here, one of your job is to grow your own followers? Okay, so you have the ox is even better. Okay, yeah, it come with the drama part, but it also come with this. Okay, yeah, sometimes I find you might feel betrayed because as a leader, you help someone, but this person that did not reciprocate your generosity, and then you might feel a bit hurt. It's fine. Okay, focus on the big picture. So I have the ox here. Don't take things personal. If you're able to do that, not the world does not revolve around you. Not anything, everything that people say is something got to do with you, right? People have their own problem to worry about. So as long you don't take it personal on anything happen to you and focus on moving forward, grow yourself, you see a lot of opportunities. Okay, so 100 of you have ox. Now, do you want the ox? But you got some haters, all right? So if you have the ox, right, finally, yeah, you're able to know, hey, it's not that bad after all. Nice. Okay, you have an ox. So the more of it, the better it is. Because all leader got more problems to solve, right? That's why they call the leader. So it's part of the package. So I can say it's a level up year for you. Next level. But you need to go through all this dramatic situation. Yeah, so some people judge you, they tell you you're no good, they criticize your work, your decision, but you need not to ask their permission to do anything. All right? Remember this. You don't need their permission. Yeah, you just do whatever you think is right. Then you start to see this is a great year for you in 2026. Okay, for Ox. Yeah, because 2026 is a very chaotic year. And how many of you here you actually have some knowledge about feng shui? And you know that the feng shui, which represent your house energy, and then it keep changing every year, right? So let me show you the how the chaotic gear represented in the feng shui chart. So if you have a beginner don't know, it's fine. Basically, this chart shows the energy rotation for every year. So, and we represent the energy by the numbers, and we also know that one number particularly will be more negative, which will be number 5. Okay, all right, number 5 is the one. And if you look at here, number 5 normally is a star of chaotic. Yeah, is people don't like the negative star. They want to avoid this. And I want you to pay attention to this, where the number 5 star located in 2026. Where is the number 5 star located? South, right? Which animal sign are related to south? horse. And you also know 2026 is a horse year, right? Yeah, just to give you how chaotic it is for next year. But if you're prepared, right, financially, yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, just because it's a very chaotic situation in this year, in 2026. Okay. So you might think, hey, Iverson, you keep mentioning about chaotic, right? So how can we predict something of it, how chaotic it is? So I'm going to share with you. Do you want to know slightly how do you expect what 2026 could happen? There are so many things, right? So now let me show you this. A sneak preview for 2026 for you. Okay, so 2026 is coming, and I want you to pay attention to this. Is a fire horse. So fire horse means that on top is a fire, which is a pink fire, and then the horse is in the bottom, right? So its whole is a fire element for 2026. How do we know? How do we predict 2026? You just need to, the solution here, you just need to live through it to know it. So how do we know? Let me show you this, the secret of this 20. Hold on, let me bring up the chart. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm going to show you the monthly energy for 2025. So right now, we are in the month of September, right? So we are here. And just now you also know 2026. 2026 is a fire on top, right? You still see that, right? Fire on top, and then there's a horse at the bottom. So when the 2026 will happen is always when the energy appearing on top. You know 2026 on top is pink fire. So if you look across all the years in 2025 moving forward, which month the pink fire make its appearance? Yeah, this is ascending and descending chi method. Okay, so you know it's October, right? So when actually 2026 start to happen? You might think next year, February 4th. No. Okay, it's just like how I think another 2 weeks. So if you want to know what happened next year, October is the preview of what happening next year. So if this upcoming October, you see a lot of good things happening, you make more money, you have a lot of opportunities. What do you think? What will happen to you in 2026? Exactly the same. Okay, so this is sort of like a trailer or a preview, a sneak preview of the upcoming year energy. Okay, so do you like October? Yeah, let me tell you the trick here. October is a preview, but it does not mean you just be the observer. Can you be the actor and actress in that movie or not? Can you? Right? Can you make October a great month? Yes. I'm not saying you just need to be observer. You can do nothing. You can participate on it. So this is something that I would say you need to pay attention because October is the month, is a transition to 2026. So which means it's happened sooner than you expected. So now let me ask you, do you want to turn chaos into reward? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. So do you want to know the timing? I just told you that. Okay. The October is the time. I don't say I don't tell you. Since you're able to make up to this webinar today, that is the one. Okay. But now, the thing is like this. It's not just about what happened in October, it's how to make it beautiful month. Okay. How many of you here want to know how to turn October into a beautiful month? Yeah, because it's sort of like the starting energy of the upcoming year. All right, cool. You want it, that is the reason. Yeah, let me show you this. That is the reason we do this is because I'm going to show you how to do all this in my upcoming program. Yeah, because that is why I arranged it in October. Now it makes sense now. I know a lot of people ask me, right, Iverson, why October? Now I'm telling you why. Okay. So how many of you last time you asked me, you say, Iverson, I cannot wait for this program. Why you can easily do in August? Why not? Yeah, now I cannot reveal the answer that time because it might be too complicated. But now I have time to explain to you. Now you know why October is so important. Yeah, that is rare. And why September I do the web portal. The web portal started, but the transition happened in October. Okay. So Li Ting Yao say on vacation. Yeah, if your vacation experience is good, you enjoy the whole process, then very likely in 2026, you will be on vacation all year long. Okay. All right. Some of you might think, right? Oh, look, vacation all year long. Is it mean I out of job, so I have so much free time, so I can go travel? Yeah, that one I leave it for you to decide. All right. Okay. So, but this is the preview of 2026. So, but this program here is more than that. All right. It's not focusing on how to make it big in October. This is a program about the stretch of period 9, 20 years. Okay. So therefore, I think some of you already, I think most of you already joining this, but some of you here, probably this is the first time you're hearing me. So this is the program Born for Wealth. I created how to fast track your financial freedom with bazi, qimeng, and feng shui. Using these three systems, even beginner can understand. And to make it easier for everyone, I'll do this via live stream so you can learn this right at the comfort from your own home. Yeah, just remember the date is here, 18 to 19 October. Yeah, then if you want to, you need to secure your seat as soon as possible. Okay, this leads us to the next one. Any education, there'll be an investment. So if you decided to actually learn all this, all the compilation of all my knowledge, all the formulas to create a better financial capacity for you, so you need not to work until 60 years old for retirement. We don't like that. We want to have options. We want to have options. We don't want to work for money. We still can work, but when you don't work for money anymore, is a whole totally different experience, isn't it? So that's the goal here. So, and here is the investment 1297 in exchange for this information, how to make it better or great even. Okay. So now let me show you uh, the whole concept of this program. We are talking about the alignment. Heaven, Earth, Man. Remember, we talked about the Heaven, Earth, Man, about the bazi, feng shui, and qimeng. And this is a breakdown. We want to learn bazi for wealth direction, we want to learn feng shui for wealth luck, and we want to learn qimeng for wealth strategy. And when all these three align, you start to see results. If you only work on one, sometime maybe yes or maybe no. When you have three together, you get the best support ever in terms of metaphysics help. And one thing I make it different here is also this. Because originally, when you learn bazi, feng shui, and qimeng formula, they are designed for slow and steady way. Okay, you work hard for 5 years before you get to the next level. Otherwise, people will perceive you as arrogant person, or they might perceive you as someone taking shortcut, no integrity. In the old days, people used to promote someone that able to succeed in a slow and steady pace. But you think about in period 9, when the fire is so dominate, fire is move very fast, right? Just how it burned the whole forest, it travel at a crazy speed. So if you're still applying slow and steady method, do you think you will get results? No. All right. So you need to change formula from steady to speed. Otherwise, you can't compete in period 9. at this moment. Yeah, the period, the era of fire. So now, this program here, I purposely designed a way to use the formula that support the speed part. Because nowadays things changes too fast. You see how AI rock our industry? Are they waiting for you? I give you 5 years to prepare? No, they just swipe uh, everything across overnight, the kind of thing, So therefore, you need to know the different era require different formulas. So now, when you learn, I think some of you learn some metaphysics before, you learn a lot of standalone techniques, and you discover sometimes different techniques say different things, right? One technique say this area is good, and then the second technique say this is the worst area. So we all will get confused. How come one system say this, one system says that? So in order to solve this problem, we have a framework for you to follow. So you need not to think. When you need not to think, you won't confuse. You just follow exactly the framework step by step to achieve certain results. How about that? So it's a non-brainer thing. That's why a lot of people think if I'm a beginner, we're able to do this. Of course, all you need is to be obedient. Okay. Yeah, just follow this thing here. So now, uh, the framework I'm talking about is here. All right. Roughly is something like this. So therefore, we do it in a structured way, yeah, to help you to actually thrive. A lot of people ask, how do we prevent issue? There's no prevention. Okay, it's not about to prevent, it's to step on it, take responsibility, and become better. You thrive because every crisis create millionaire. Good times is hard to create millionaires because it's dominated by the big guys. Only through crisis, hero will emerge. Agree? So, and this crisis doesn't happen often. It happen every 60 years. Okay, so if you are in this period right now, able to witness this, I think you should do something on it, isn't it? Okay, so therefore, this is the proposed syllabus I want to share with you. So there you go. Here's the time to make a decision. The 18 to 19 October, and this is the investment cost. But there are one great things for you also. This is the bond forward program. If you want to sign up this as a standalone, this would be the entrance fees. But right now, we open the card again for bonuses. Okay, so what are the bonuses? In period 9, one job is no longer enough. I think a lot of us here, we have certain knowledge. We want to build our side hustle, either be a coaching. How many of you want to make extra money, but not doing extremely hard labor? Like a consultant, a coach, maybe you like bazi, you want to help others by offering consulting. Okay, all right. Some of you have this idea, or maybe you're a good piano teacher. You want to learn how to monetize and teach or acquire student. In period 9, you see a lot of people doing that. Right nowadays, people are not interested in corporate job. So why not? If you're interested on this bonus give you exactly that. The millionaire coach secrets. A lot of people, they are good in something, but they don't know how to turn the knowledge into a system that can make them money. Don't you think it's a problem that a lot of people have? They are good in baking, they are good in bazi, yeah, they're good in something. But the only problem when you ask them to try to monetize on their skill, they don't know how to do that. And this bonus help you exactly how to solve this problem and make your passion into something that consumable by others. Then you can help more people. And it also support you, support your lifestyle, support your family. So this is a bonus. If you join us today, this will be you to get this as well. All right. So this is a VIP bonus. And now there you go, 1297, and the bonus is free and is worth 497. And also I realized that we want to share with you another bonus here because in period 9, a lot of people start to understand the importance of investment and a lot of people start to learn it. Right? It's no longer about working hard for money. You want money to work harder for you. Because all of us here will get old eventually. Our energy will deplete. So we must have some system to continue to generate income. Make sense? So how many of you here, you start to learn more about investment? You start to actually learn from all this internet investment gurus. Either is a index or forex or value investing. Type the word me. Okay, I saw some of you here learn this. Okay, Jasmine, Kinkisam. So for this, which means you really know is so important. So you also get another bonus called supercharge your investment luck in period 9. Okay, this part here, just to make you guys understand this, I'm not teaching the technical part of the investment. That part, I leave it to all the gurus out there. I'm talking you on different perspective. How do you enhance your luck when it comes to investment? How about that? All right, you still need to learn the technical part from the guru, but on my side, because I specialize in metaphysics, I can fit in here from the luck perspective. Yeah, when you combine your already know technical knowledge of investment with luck, I think you get you can become a better investor that way. All right, so this is a second bonus. If you join us today, you're gonna get this as well. So let me summarize everything. Born for wealth, and you get the VIP bonus and the first 30 bonus if you join us today. Therefore, total will be 2297. Okay, imagine with all these two, there are a lot of things you can do. Okay, so but if you interested on this, there you go. For today, you can get everything listed above here just for 597. Okay, and there you go. This is how to get it. joeyup.com/BFW. Okay, BFW stand for Born for Wealth. You get everything here. Okay, so let me uh, share with you here. The offer will expire in 24 hours because we open and then we close the card again. And probably this will be the second last or the last offer we're going to make because the class is very near already, 18 to 19 October. So probably this is the second last or the last sharing the card will open for a limited window of time. If you're interested to get all the bonuses, yeah, join us today. Otherwise, you need to purchase everything separately like just now. And also, some of you are new, you're wondering whether you can learn this. Don't worry, it's perfect for all levels because we're focusing on application, step-by-step application. Therefore, no experience needed. And we also understand some of you might go to travel. You might not have the time, not the right timing for you to attend the during 18 to 19. So therefore, we offer a 7-day unlimited replay, 7 day, so you can watch it within the 7 days to do a revision or to understand more. Even you're able to attend the live, you still get this 7-day replay. Okay, so this includes the main program as well as the bonuses and also get this 7-day replay option. Now, if you look into it, you break down 597, probably you just need to invest $1.40 per day. Yeah, and then an investment that could transform your financial destiny. Because I only do this once. If you know me for some time, all right, I won't repeat my program. Okay, I always believe that I always committed to one principle to add more value every time. Because when I learn something new, I grow. I also want everyone to share it. I want to share with everyone. Okay, that is principle. So I only do this once and schedule it. All right, anything you schedule, it will happen. Otherwise, you say, "Oh, I think about this, all these things, you forgot it." And without you knowing it, the class is already over and you can't actually able to get it back. Okay, because I only teach this once. So schedule it 18 to 19 by actually because you know you get prepared for this. Therefore, secure it now at joeyup.com/BFW and I will see you in Born for Wealth program. Okay, good. All right, so now, if you look at the chat box right now, Carrie already sent the link over there. Then you just click on it and then just secure the program and the bonus. Then I'll see you in 18 and 19. And also some of you here asking, I'm looking at the chat box. If you're looking for installment option, you can connect with Carrie and Steph as well. Uh, there are there are two, Carrie and Steph. You look at the chat box now. There are Carrie and Steph in this. They are from Team Zodiac, so they can actually attend to all your questions. Okay, and both of them are very friendly. Talk to them, ask them question. Okay, so and let's see here. Okay, someone say that already signed up. All right, Cat Damien, is it? Okay, all right, congratulations. Now, just for everyone here, I want to ask how many of you here you already signed up for this? Type of yes. Wow, okay, cool. So some of you I saw just sign up, very good. Okay, nice. Yeah, and then I think you know that you got a lot of contents. Yeah, so I think some of you attended the portal as well. So you know that, we always over delivered and you get the best of what I have practiced for so many years. So you get a compilation without you need to go through another 10 years to learn metaphysics. Okay, good, nice. Candy Lau say, I love all your programs. Thank you, Candy Lau. Yeah, you make my day. You give me more motivation to do more. Nice. Okay, Sue say that you over delivered. Yeah, that is our commitment. All right, because you spend, thank you for that, Sue. And that is our commitment we make to ourselves because you spend your time to attend the program, you make your investment, we better do a great job. All right, so therefore we always aim for the next level. Yeah, there's no ceiling to that. Yeah, it's not something we're proud of, but it's just who we are. All right, it's something that we've been trained. This is our culture in our company. We always do that. So it become natural because when we over deliver, myself also improve, isn't it? Because I need to be more first before I can over deliver. So I also constantly are learning something new. Hopefully, in one way or another, I can share with you more life-changing things. Yeah, for me, it's not about the tools. Yeah, there are thousands of formulas out there, right? More importantly is you must know the approach of using it with the right intention. Okay? This because formula is worthless if you being used by the wrong person. So you need to know first, why you're doing this for. Is it for your family? Is it to support someone? Or you want to know that, you want to remove the worry that you might you might not have the financial capacity once you retire. Yeah, with no reason you're wasting your money, I'm telling you. Okay. All right. What is your reason? Is it for you? For your spouse? For your parents? Yeah, or for your children? Or maybe everything together. All right. Once you have this gift here, you can share with them. So it become priceless. Now you're not giving them the fish. Yeah, you're teaching them how to fish. So you know that in the end, they are independent. They no longer need to rely on you financially. Yeah, that's a great feeling, isn't it? Okay, good. Thank you, all you guys here, for spending these 2 hours with me. And I'm looking forward to see you in Born for Wealth. And if you're not, then I'll see you sometime in the webinars or in our Telegram, whatever it is. No matter what, I wish all of you here great success in 2025 and beyond. Keep in touch and stay healthy. I'm Iverson. I'll see you again. Bye bye.